Okay. So we have Warble versus Z1gma. Z1gma playing Lytra in the green versus Warble playing Vesper in the orange. And this is two of the newcomers. They've already qualified for the main event, so this is going to be purely for seeding at this point. And I am very interested to see how this is going to go. Z1gma coming in, one of the newcomers to the community, coming through quick play. They were one of the higher rated quick play players entering this event. And Warble coming through Test Your Metal, one of the players that really put on a show over the past several months. Like, came in, won their pool in the beginner pools, and then proceeded to march their way up to the top pools and put on really good matches against some of the veterans in the community. And here they are, in top 4 of the second open qualifier. And yeah, they're playing Floran Farlands, so we're just going to see the same opening from both players. Yeah, they both know the optimal opening, so... although, someone in the... oh, actually, yeah, someone's pointing out, though, that Z1gma did make a slight misplay in this opening. Didn't capture this lumber mill, but gets it with the second sword, so... it's a slight variant on it, but it's not the end of the world. And yeah, they're just gonna take a bit of a beating with this from the swords over here. So they could have captured this lumber mill turn earlier, but did not. But actually, what that means is that this village was captured sooner. So I guess there's a very slight improvisation that they did, which might even be stronger than what we've seen previously. But yeah, Z1gma playing this map out very well. And yeah, we've got Lytra kind of going to town on this sword over here. And yeah, both players I think are going to be very annoying with their respective swords. Commander going to be able to, I think, knock this lumber mill down. Yep. Just enough health to do it. Warble being very annoying. Grabbing that village in the top left. And yeah, we're just seeing them play this out. And they're playing really fast as well. Like Z1gma, okay, taking a little bit longer, about 1 minute per turn. And then on the other side, you've got Warble playing their turns out in like 30 seconds a turn. Okay, just suicides onto the sword. Just like, I don't want to have to deal with this full health sword. That's something I very much want to weaken as much as possible. And this sword up in the top left from Warble still being annoying. I'm just going to continue to be... I actually do think it's better to suicide onto the village instead of a unit, but that's just to deny groove more than anything. Having a slightly weaker sword isn't the end of the world. But it does knock the amount of money you have down a little bit. Well, 5 gold's not the biggest deal, so... okay, Z1gma's gonna get the kill. They're gonna get a crit here. And, oh, they're actually just gonna go for the unit kills here. So they're gonna clean up these villages a bit later. Okay, Spear's gonna come and knock that lumber mill down. So, not the end of the world, but Z1gma still doing pretty well. Lytra almost has tier 2, actually. Vesper, ooh, getting close to tier 1 on her own side. So what are we going to see coming out here? Vesper comes in, grabs that village. Builds more groove, Dragon comes out, and this is like one of the key units for Vesper. Dragon's incredibly fragile, but does a lot of damage. Vesper, of course, able to keep her own units alive. On the turn she grooves. Golem coming out for the defense. That's actually a little bit spooky on Warble's side, because Lytra can one-shot Golem if her groove lines up correctly. And she's going to have tier 2, so that's actually going to be a lot easier than you'd think. And she's got a lot of room to play with on these maps. So she's got flagstone, she's got villages, she's got this giant abyss tile in the center. There's a lot she could do here. And I'm very curious to see what she's going to be able to make of it. Oh, but Warble's just going straight in now. Going for as much damage as they can, and yet Smoke Shroud comes down. It catches their opponent's unit, but that's fine. And Lytra, oh, Lytra doesn't have a tier 2 yet. If she had tier 2, she could actually just rotate a lot of this army out of the smoke and deal with it there. But no, Warble's gonna play this very well, take advantage of the fact that their opponent doesn't have tier 2 groove yet. So we're not gonna see like a huge groove come out here and kind of kill a lot of units. Z1gma might try and get tier 2 this turn, but I don't think it's gonna happen. No, they go for like the one kill they're able to get. And then they just back up. They're just like, yeah, I actually can't get a kill here. I'm gonna heal up my army, get a few more units, and see what we can do. And yeah, Warble had so much off of that turn. Oh, people in chat saying Lytra's units don't affect things in Vesper Groove. Oh, so never mind then. That is not an interaction that works. I didn't know that actually. Okay, my bad. I mean, either way, I don't think Lytra had enough groove charge to do anything, even if that was an option, so just gonna back up for now. But today I learned. Lytra just not quite as good as you would hope. Okay. Z1gma now going on this turn, going for a lot of damage. Lytra's moving into position to be able to groove on the following turn, and yeah, just bunching up a lot of this army together, getting ready to, you know, go for some kind of counter attack. Map is basically split at this point, so as I say that, the golem comes up and hits the lumber mill, but actually very close on economy. Uh-oh. Air Trooper goes down. Vesper going to be able to build up a bit more groove, 39%, 40%. She's kind of getting there. She's doing a lot of damage though, which is the really important thing. Lytra still doesn't have tier 2, that's unfortunate. Okay, but now stuff is going to come in and we're going to start seeing things going down. Dogs coming in. Brits coming in. Alright, more and more stuff's going down. Lytra does have tier 2 now. Is there an opportunity to use it yet? I don't think there is. He's just going to move forward and threaten. And this is another one of the strengths of her groove, and just grooves in general, is that you don't have to use your groove to get value out of it. Just existing is honestly like a very strong option. That said, Warble has very expensive units over on this left hand side pushing the map. So those are going to have to be dealt with at some point. You've got double golem. And Warble is doing fantastic on time, playing incredibly fast. 43 minutes left on the clock, we're on turn 12. Really doing well there. And Z1gma, 21 minutes. Ooh, so they are taking twice as long as their opponent to make their turns, which actually is kind of consistent from earlier when they were taking a minute and Warble was taking 30 seconds. So, ooh, and they're using quite a bit of time right now as well. And oh, Lytra, I mean, I know the threat of groove is very important, but I think Warble's just trading better in terms of army fights right now. Like, I think we're going to see this knight go down, for example. Okay, and sword crit comes in, and yeah, like, Warble's just continuing to get very good money trades off of these fights too. Ooh, golem comes in, and yep, there goes the mage, which means, yeah, the dragon can come in and do some damage. I think that's going to get backed up by the Sky Rider over here. Or it doesn't even have to. Yeah, smoke going to come down, and yep, this army is very safe looking right now. Vesper having now done 2 grooves at this point. And Lytra, yeah, as chat has pointed out earlier, they just can't, like, Lytra can't do anything about units in smoke. Which I think is actually a very big weakness. I don't know if that's something that maybe should change. Because Lytra definitely the weaker of these 2 commanders right now. I guess we'll see. Golem just going to continue to be annoying. Dragon finding more openings and pressing on that side. That said, Z1gma's doing a reasonably good job trading over on the right hand side, so this isn't completely one-sided. I would say Warble is ahead, and like pretty cleanly so right now, but Z1gma still isn't completely out of the game. Warble still has to respect the fact that this army can be a big deal. Okay, we see a big hex coming in. Yeah, it did quite a lot of damage. Golem going to not go down. Oh, but will go down to the air trooper, making good use of that air trooper movement. Okay, Harpy gonna come in, do a bunch of damage. Sword finds a hit as well. Oh, here we go. Song Cyclone tier 2. That's going to not kill anything in particular. Does a lot of damage though. Alright, the follow-up units are going to be the things that get kills here. Wagon going to be able to move this archer into a good position. And these two units can't attack, so no worries about like a sword suicide or anything. And that was actually a really good groove there from Z1gma. And just a very good turn in general. That said, is there any kind of like suicide onto Lytra, or I don't know how I feel about that random mage heal there. Okay, sword can't attack, but it can heal. So it's going to, you know, do the one thing it can do. Yeah, Warble is just like, oh, I need to back up. Took a lot of damage on my army that turn. Okay, more stuff coming in. Units coming in doing damage. Lytra just gonna knock down the village. Very low health. That's like 1 pixel right there. Ooh, nice pickup on the mage. And Z1gma's actually having a really good turn. Unfortunately, they have 4 minutes left on the clock, so this could very well be over before they're able to actually achieve anything. Oh, gets a really nice hit on that dragon. Mage comes in to finish up. And is there anything that can really happen here? Okay, Harpy's just gonna come in and get a kill. Z1gma. Oh, I think they were actually on the verge of like maybe having a comeback. At least they were making the industry interesting, but unfortunately they've just run out of time. And Warble, who is well known for being good in an asynchronous timer, or just asynchronous format I should say, is playing very well under time pressure right now. And they're gonna basically have double their opponent's time left. Like, pretty close to that anyway. And yeah, like we're just seeing Warble kind of get a defensive line. I don't think Z1gma has enough to push through this. 2 minutes left on the clock right now. We're gonna see Song Cyclone. Ooh, that's gonna be a dead golem. Down that goes. Oh, but it's also a dead Harpy. Oh, that's unfortunate. And yeah, they're just gonna throw in the towel. That was actually a really close game in terms of army fights. Like, once Lytra got that one groove off, that one turn really brought Z1gma back into the game. So there's a lot of potential here for Z1gma to do well. But Warble just played a lot faster, and we do play on a timer format, so being able to play fast does matter. And there is an argument to be made that if you're playing better but you're spending a lot more time, the reason you're playing better is because you're using more time to think about what you're doing. But yeah, Warble just played a very good game. They played a very solid Vesper game there. One turn they had where Lytra could get a lot of damage in, and Z1gma was able to kind of bring it back a bit, but yeah, the Z1gma needed to play a bit quicker, and I see here that Z1gma is playing on Switch, which is also a disadvantage when it comes to a timed format, because playing on PC is just faster. Like, you can play a lot faster on mouse than you can on a controller. But that said, Z1gma's still playing this very well, and I mean, they qualified for the championships for a reason, and they are one of the best quick play players for a reason. So as much as I'm saying that they're struggling to play on a timed format, they are extremely good at playing quick play from just looking at the stats on them. So we're going to see, can they bring it back in game 2? Like, are they going to be able to kind of be like, actually, you know what, I need to change up the way I'm thinking about things. I need to be able to just make more snap decisions and and play better. And we're going to go into game 2 just now.